Welcome. I'm Danny Knightmare,
I'm Gory movie.
and there's gonna be a chamber that WWE is gonna show us tomorrow, and people are gonna get eliminated.
It's tomorrow?
Yeah, like Sunday.
Sunday.
This is Saturday morning, so we're gonna give you our predictions on who is going to win said elimination chamber.
And I'm gonna get my belt back, so you should enjoy the belt while you can.
Where's my belt? Yeah, this is my belt. But, we probably are going to get it. 'Cause let's go ahead and start our predictions here.
Alrighty.
Then, after that, you can do your punishment.
Balls.
So, for our first match that's on the kickoff show, Buddy Murphy will be defending his cruiserweight title against Akira Tozawa. What do you got and why?
Well, I've learned in the past you do not bet against Buddy because Buddy always wins. And I think Buddy is going to continue to win until WrestleMania. I think that's when the Cruiserweight Champion belt is going to switch hands. So I'm going with Buddy.
Yeah. They should make toys for Buddy. My buddy and me.
Totes.
I'm going to go ahead and agree with you. Buddy keeps his purple belt.
That is the sexiest belt of all time. I want that belt.
It's very pimp.
If I was the belt holder, I would just sit around wearing nothing but that belt and take Instagram pictures all day.
Alright, Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin in a no disqualification match.
True.
That means Drew McIntyre is probably going to get involved. It also means that Kurt Angle will probably get involved. So, who do you got and why?
Well, Baron Corbin is a tool. And you also never bet against Braun Strowman because Braun Strowman always wins. There are certain people who always win, like Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman. So occasionally, if he loses, it's going to be because of interference. Sometimes things like that happen. But I mean, he even won when his partner was a little kid. So yeah, I'm going to have to go with these hands versus this tool and say Braun Strowman is going to win.
Yeah, the only thing that slightly kind of makes me think Corbin might win this is because they announced it over, like, Twitter, I think, that no disqualification match stipulation, and they did that, like, Wednesday.
Maybe you should pick Baron Corbin.
Kind of makes me almost feel like they changed the ending. But
feel
that
like
doesn't
you
mean
should
they
pick
changed
Baron
who's
Corbin.
winning. They might have just changed on how the ending is going to happen.
Pick Baron Corbin.
Nah,
Nah, dude, pick Baron Corbin. Keep it interesting. Live on the edge. Here, I'm going to draw you a fucking diagram.
You just want my belt.
Wait, hold on a second. I'm going to draw you a diagram. Alright, I'm going to get a piece of paper. Ready?
She just wants my title.
So here is the edge.
That is it, Edge? Where's Christian?
He's over here. And then here's the edge. Here's you.
Why's Christian so much smaller than Edge?
You know why.
Well,
So, okay, here's a diagram. I'm going to put it up here to see. This would be the edge
yeah, Edge
of
and Christian.
opportunity and of taking risks. And there's Christian. And then here's Danny. Oh, fuck me, the edge! So, I think,
you want my title.
last time I lived on the edge, I made some risky choices, and it felt good until I lost.
But I just don't think he has a chance in hell.
Like this two-headed Frankenduck, we all have something to learn. I think sometimes you got to take a step to that edge. You've got to live life. Do you want to be an old man and be like, I never even looked at that edge. I never got there. I never watched the Edge and Christian show. I never made a risky... Okay, but recently have you? No, because you're afraid of the edge, Dan. We're all afraid of the edge. Don't fear the edge. Walk to the edge and pick Baron Corbin. Pick Baron Corbin.
Alright, for you, I'm going to pick Baron Corbin.
Alright. I feel like you're not going to regret that decision.
When Drew McIntyre hits his kick on Braun like 3 times and, Baron Corbin gets the win by the cheap victory, you're going to feel mighty bad about this decision.
I'll pat you in the back for living on the edge. And
Drew,
I'll kick you in the
Drew
balls.
McIntyre is the monster slayer. He's already proven that he goes hunting monsters. I don't know. Braun's probably still going to win. It's fucking Baron Corbin. Now, if this was Drew McIntyre, that would be very interesting.
Hey, it's Ben Green.
Sup, Ben? How you doing, buddy?
Oh shit! So Ben says Baron Corbin by DQ. See, you know
I'm
what?
going with it.
Ben lives on the edge. Ben was born on the edge. He has lived on the edge his whole life. His address is 1-800 The Edge.
Maybe Braun.
His middle name is actually Edge.
Braun's been in and out of trouble for just being kind of a dick backstage. Maybe he did something stupid again.
He's a heel. He can do that.
He's not a heel.
He's not?
Braun Strowman? No.
Fuck, they fooled me.
Baron Corbin's the heel. You think he's supposed to be cheering for Baron Corbin in this match?
I don't know. I tend to equate anybody who's a wuss as probably a face. Man wears a fucking suit vest.
Yeah, it's retarded. I hope it gets scuffed up, as they would say.
I'm going to be completely honest. I do think because they added the no disqualification, there is a chance that there will be interference, possibly from Drew McIntyre, and Baron Corbin can win. I do think this is a risk worth taking. However, I made mistakes last time being risky and living on the edge. I got too close to that edge. The light was too bright and it burned my little edge wings.
Little Icarus, and you flow
exactly.
way too close to that sun.
Too close to the edge and your eyes will burn out of your goddamn skull. I am playing it safe. I am picking Braun Strowman, but you, fly, you beautiful bird, you.
Ben's an edgehead, and apparently I'm going to be an edgehead tonight, because I guess beyond...
To all of you that live on the edge, I toast you.
Beyond, just thinking better of it, whatever, just I'm going with Corbin. We'll move on. Alright, Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush in a handicap match, defending their Intercontinental Champion against Finn Balor. Who do you got, and why?
Well, I have to say, I didn't even recognize that was Bobby Lashley in the picture because they showed a picture of his face and not his ass.
He ain't bent over right now, showing off the glutes.
Like, I think his driver's license photo is even a picture of his ass, just so that people can recognize who it is.
Yeah, usually he's striking some sort of pose.
Okay, so this is a handicap match. This is a 2 against 1. This is a lot like a David and Goliath match, which was Finn's last match, which you typically do so that you can have somebody be the underdog, because everyone wants to root for the underdog. Mm-hmm. Obviously, this is a way to get even more fan pop for Finn Balor. He got a ton of fan pop the last one, but, you know, he lost to Brock Lesnar. They are trying to tell a story here of him, like, you know, going against these insurmountable odds. I don't know if it was the best decision to have him lose to Brock, but then Brock always wins. I did make a risky decision last time. However, I think this is a chance for him to get that win, and it's a chance for him to get that win without Bobby Lashley looking bad, because he can easily pin Lio Rush, who, I mean, come on.
He's cannon fodder.
If you're one of those people who thinks Finn Balor is a small guy, which I've heard that criticism before, then I don't know what you have to say about Lio Rush, because the man is
he's my size.
He's also just really skinny, though. I mean, you're not even that skinny. Like a strong breeze is gonna knock that guy over. He may knock himself out. Who knows? But I do think Finn Balor is going to pin Lio Rush. I do think Finn Balor is going to win this and be the Intercontinental Champion. I think he's going to carry that through to WrestleMania,
where he'll hopefully have a dream match. I'm going to have to agree with you on this. Usually babyface in a handicap match against 2 heels. Babyface usually finds a way to win. They usually beat the living crap out of him most of the match, but then, like, some sort of miscommunication, babyface usually wins. That's 90% of all of these matches play out. I'm just going to have to play the odds on that one.
Right now you sound exactly like Tommy Wiseau in Disaster Artist.
Oh, hey, babyface. Babyface.
For all your friends, little kid.
All your friend, little kid? Hey, Bobby Lashley, why all your friend, little kid?
Yeah.
That's what Elias...
Lio Rush looks like a little kid.
Well, yeah, when Elias was feuding Bobby Lashley, he kept referring to him as a child. He's like, whose kid is this?
Aww. Finn Balor's got a man beard now. His time is now.
Now I really wish that Bobby Lashley would go against Tommy Wiseau, just so he can be like, wow, you're a friend, little kid.
Oh my god. I need that in my life. Big Shark. Make it happen. Put Bobby Lashley in your movie.
So yeah, we both agree Finn's going to probably win at this one.
And if you don't know, Big Shark is Tommy Wiseau's next directorial debut. I'm hoping it is everything that The Room was and more.
With a big shark. Hope we finally get that vampire driving off in the car ending.
I know, his fantasy ideas are so funny. I want him to just go full Wiseau.
Yeah. Alright, we got the best in the world tag team of The Miz and Shane McMahon defending their titles for the first time since they won them against The Bar, against the Uso Penitentiary, which is a little joke that's a little too close to home right now for Jey Uso, who just got arrested for his over-dramatic machismo display against a police officer.
Yeah, somebody's making up for something, and I'm not going to say what,
When
but
his
you know.
His wife got pulled over, alcohol was involved, he got out and just had to apparently taunt the cops. And
Somebody's got a little man complex, and he's not a little guy, so there's got to be something little about him.
Maybe just, I don't know, I don't know, maybe just an angry drunk, but...
I don't know, dude. Maybe he's just too hopped up in Mountain Dew.
Yep.
Come at them like a spider monkey.
Don't diss his wife's drunk driving, I guess. I don't know.
Apparently.
Well, anyways, so originally...
I gotta say the tag team belts are probably the ugliest belts in the whole championship.
They look like big nickels.
Yeah. It's not an attractive belt.
And then before they split them, because the Raw one's now silver on a red strap, but before they split the brands, they used to be like copper, so they look like giant pennies.
I also don't like that the Best in the World team is having fashion advice from Shane McMahon, who only wears the same little button-up jersey every time.
Of his
the
own
Miz dresses way better. Why don't they have matching headbands this time? Mix it up. Let him, be a part of this coupling.
They kind of had a matching outfit last time.
I am a huge Miz fan. I am a big Miz fan. I love the Miz. He is hilarious. He just seems like a genuinely nice guy. He's a guy I'd want to have a beer with. He's a guy I enjoy watching in the ring. I am a big fan of the Miz.
Oh, yeah.
I am not a big fan of Shane McMahon, and I am looking forward to them breaking up and seeing their feud.
It should be a good match at WrestleMania, because Shane always has to have a match. He has to jump off something high. And you know what? It'll give the Miz something cool to do.
He should just jump off something wall high. It doesn't even have to be that high.
Yeah. Just
I'd watch it.
high.
I'd watch it.
If they had it in Washington, they could have got away with it.
Yeah, true. Come to Washington.
Or one of the other few states that allow it.
Everything is legal here in Washington.
So, I have some doubts, but I'm going to go ahead and stick with the Usos. I have doubts now because of the whole arrest, but we'll see. I mean, last time, or about a year ago, the other Uso had like a DUI, and it didn't hurt him at all, so...
Yeah, I really don't know, and I feel like they, in the WWE, things that are violent, whether on the show or outside of the show, don't get penalized as much as some other things that they really want to punish their wrestlers for. But I will say, up until I heard about the arrest, I was thinking that Best in the World was going to retain. I thought that they would split up at Fastlane, and then they would have a big feud at WrestleMania. I'm thinking, honestly, they might just bump it up. If they split up now, then they can start to build that feud at Fastlane, and then hopefully we can have a really big, fun match at WrestleMania. But that gives them a lot of time to do the shit talking and all that that goes into building a feud. That goes into building that fan response.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Best in the World on this one. I think they're gonna retain.
I'm not gonna be surprised if that happens. I'm gonna go with the Usos. I'm gonna stick with them. I think the Usos are gonna win this one. Best in the World will get their rematch at Fastlane, but they still won't win it, and then they will completely dissolve. I think, as they go to Fastlane, Miz will be like, all right, I have a plan to help us get our belts back. Shane will be like, no, I have a plan. Neither of them will be able to be on the same page at Fastlane. They will dissolve in front of our eyes. The Usos will retain then. That's just how I see it playing out, but I also could easily see them losing it at Fastlane and keeping it one more time.
The reason I was betting on the Usos originally is because the Usos have been very vocal lately about how they want to leave the WWE. They want to go over to another company, and recently that's happened with other wrestlers and teams, and the WWE has given them a win to be like, hey, we really want you to stick around. It happened with the Revival recently.
Yeah.
So I originally was betting on the Usos because I thought that the Usos are money. The Usos put butts in seats.
They're also related to The Rock. So.
Yeah, they're related to The Rock. They're related to Roman Reigns. They're related to Nia Jax.
All the Samoans.
Yeah, they're not going to want to lose them because they are a very profitable commodity. But right now, I don't know. I'm going to have to go Best in the World. But I honestly, that's me living on the edge because a big part of my gut still says the Usos.
I could see.
I wonder what Ben Grimm thinks of this match. Who do you think's gonna win?
He's thinking if they do wrestle in Seattle, that Shane should jump off the Space Needle.
Shane would die. He would die.
Not if he had a parachute. There's been some people who've done that. It's illegal, but
You know how windy it is, and that thing revolves, dude.
yeah, but people have done that illegally.
Sweet. Then you go to the hurricane, and then you eat the giant omelet. And if you eat the whole thing, you get it for free. Come to Seattle, guys.
Yeah. I could see them retaining it, and then like, hey, good thing I saved your ass, and then like, oh, good, no, I saved your ass, and then feuding like kind of that way. But I don't know, I'm sticking with the Usos.
It can really go either way. It's entirely possible. You're going to be right on this one. The Usos will win, and we're just going to fucking keep your stupid belt because...
Flip a big nickel, and you could go either way. 50-50 on this one.
I always regret it when I play risky. I always regret it. But that arrest, I don't know.
It's not in the Usos' favor, but then again, I've seen that happen to Jeff Hardy and everybody else, and there was never any punishments, so we'll see.
They never punish for violent... I don't know. I'm going to regret
Depending
this,
on what it is.
I'm going to regret this, aren't I?
No, maybe not. It's 50-50, I'd say.
I don't know. Hey, Ben says best in the world's gonna win. You know what? Ben, as a fellow edge liver, I feel like you know what's up. So I'm gonna stick with my best in the world. I'm gonna be confident at my best in the world, and hopefully I will be right.
Unless it's a surprise like kickoff show, the Revival are not on this. But it's funny, they recently posted a picture of themselves. But they had photoshopped the original tag team titles because they don't like the big nickels either. They're like, let's put the old tag titles like as a joke, but I would like them to bring those back. I hate the nickels. All right.
Now the Raw Women's Championship belt is a beautiful belt.
Yeah, it's not bad. I loved it when Lita finally showed it because up until then they had that pink butterfly diva title.
So insulting.
Very.
It's the Barbie belt.
It was like if Barbie was a wrestler, like that would be the belt that she would come with.
And it's wrestling. We're supposed to be empowering women, not treating them like little girls. So I'm very glad that they made that change. I love the belt, and I'm looking forward to this match. But I gotta tell you, it's not gonna be that interesting.
No, sadly, Ruby Riott is an afterthought in this. Like this is just something to give Rousey to do until WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. Keep her on the show.
Yeah, just so she has something to do. Give her another good victory because she's probably going to lose at WrestleMania. So she's probably going to win here. Yeah. She'll probably have another win at Fastlane.
Ruby Riott does not have a prayer, and honestly, because she has really been pushing as a hard heel lately. She's especially with her match against Jesus Christ, I'm drawing Natalia. Thank you. Especially after how brutal she was against Natalia, I think this might even be a squash match.
It might be. Both Liv Morgan and I'm drawing a blank. Both members of the Riot Squad lost. Sarah Logan, yes. Thank you.
Got you, man.
They both lost right back to back to Ronda Rousey at the last show. Like she tapped them both out in 2 squashes right after one another. She's probably going to beat Ruby pretty quick. Ruby even lost to Natalia 3-on-1 in that tables match. And we're like, there's no...
Ruby, I'm sorry, sweetie, you do not have a prayer in this, though I do think, hey, she's a fellow edge liver. She likes to push the boundaries. I do think she's very talented. I do hope she's a moment to shine, but this is not going to be that moment.
No, definitely.
Ben wants to know, how did Asuka disappear after winning the belt?
The whole point is, the main reason why Asuka's gone is because they want to focus on... See, that's the one thing that's interesting about this. I mean, Ronda Rousey's going to win, no doubt about it. Charlotte Flair is going to be ringside, she even said that. Probably going to have some sort of segment where after the match is quickly won by Ronda Rousey, Charlotte's probably going to attack her with a kendo stick or something. Becky will probably then...
Why doesn't Charlotte Flair... You know how YouTubers have rapping diss videos?
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair... Please make a diss video and have your kendo stick in it. Seriously, this needs to... Ken, I need this in my life. I don't even watch diss tracks, but I would watch that shit.
Some random blues in the background.
Oh my god, Rick Flair. Woo! This diss track writes itself. Make it happen.
Anyways, my feeling is Ronda's going to easily win.
Static on our audio, huh?
Uh-oh. Is that any better?
Let me double check the back. Maybe turn it up and double check what mic we're using. I'm using the correct mic.
Oh, well, that would explain it.
No, we are using the correct mic. I don't know why, but here you go.
A little better?
Hopefully that sounds better. Let us know. I can always unplug and replug if need be.
But, yeah, Ronda's going to win this quickly. I think Charlotte's going to jump her with a kendo stick, and then I think Becky's going to come out of the crowd, and they're all 3 going to brawl for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why Asuka disappeared is because they want all the focus on that right now. Asuka's got a good win, but she's not on this pay-per-view. Like I said, the Raw tag teams aren't on this. Ron Killing's Truth, R-Truth, he just won the U.S. title. Him, Shinsuke, Rusev, none of them are on this. They will probably be on Fastlane since they're kind of getting snubbed here. But that's why Asuka's not on this. They want the focus mostly to be on the women's tag titles, and we're going to get to that in just a second.
Yeah, when you think about that, because obviously everything going on with Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte right now is all about WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah,
they have been planning this for a while, and if you think about how much work has gone into this, in that respect, it does give me more hope for the best in the world, retaining because...
Yeah.
Or,
retaining.
Yes. But, in the respect that they're going to have to start building that feud, and, I think it's going to be something's going to happen that's going to start that feud. They got to start planting those seeds.
Yeah.
But I think we're definitely going to see these seeds of them breaking up.
Mm-hmm.
That, or they're just going to flat out lose, and it's going to be very dramatic and very big and very much like now they are at fucking
they blame
war.
each other, yeah.
But I think we are absolutely going to see the seeds of them having a feud because they usually plan this shit out pretty far out in advance. I think it's going to happen before Fastlane. I just don't know if it means they're going to win or lose, but my money's on them right now, mostly because of the Usos.
Yeah. We'll see. But yeah, Ronda retains. Sorry, Roby.
I don't know. Does any of that make sense? I feel like it just rambled all the rambles.
No, it made sense, but it was... Alright, now we got the Women's Elimination Chamber to crown the first ever Women's Tag Team Champions, and it's not actually, I believe the Jumping Bomb Angels from Japan won the WWE Tag Women's title way back in the 80s. They never defended them. I think they just won them once, and then they were gone. Also... TNA's had women's tag titles. Other companies have had women's tag titles. But whatever. WWE wants you to know that they're finally getting serious about women's wrestling. So here we go. First ever. Thanks, Stephanie McMahon, for inventing women's wrestling.
That's a Franken duck fart.
Is it Franken-duck or crackers?
Both.
Both.
Why
do they share a butthole?
They share a butthole, but they have different heads. Yeah.
Oh. Anyways, our tag teams are the Iconics.
Not a prayer. I'm
it?
so mean. I'm such a mean person.
I don't know really what they call themselves, but the dancing duo of Carmella and Naomi.
Don't know.
Samoan Slaughterhouse with Tamina and Nia Jax. We got the Riot Squad with Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan. And what is the Fire and... what is something? Fire and... I don't know.
For which team?
Oh, Mandy Rose.
I have no idea what their team is called.
They're like Fire and Desire. That's what
I
it
know,
is.
Isn't
Fire
it
and
Boss
Desire.
and Hugs with Sasha and Bailey?
Boss Hug Connection. Boss Hug Connection. But yeah, Fire and Desire with Mandy Rose, and I am bad with names right now. But anyways, Fire and Desire's not going to win it either. Who do you got?
Okay, my pick for this, and it's mostly because I look a lot when I make my picks, I look a lot at what they're doing with their social media, because that is all part of this thing that they're doing to try and, work a story. Mm-hmm. And right now, if you're following their Twitter, if you're following Instagram, if you're following, whatever they're putting out there, it's a very much a lot of Sasha and Bailey hugging, Sasha and Bailey, they're best friends. They're really trying to tell a story here. And because of how hard they are pushing them in social media right now, for me, I feel like it's a no contest. I think they're trying to plant some seeds of doubt because Sasha was injured at the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
And they've said that they've moved this up on the card due to her injury, which is making some people nervous, and it's making people put their money on Tamina and Jax.
Plus,
I think that is a work. I think
yeah.
because they're so very public about it, because they're doing such a big move and moving it up in the card, there have been people who've been genuinely injured before, and they have not done anything like that, and they've kind of kept it quiet, and they didn't move matches. This is a match with a lot of people in it. It seems strange that they would move it up the card because of an injury. I think it's a work. I think Sasha and Bailey have this.
Sasha and Bailey is my number one pick as well.
Sausage and Bailey?
Did I say sausage?
I don't know. It sounded like it.
Sasha and Bailey.
You probably didn't. I've been up all night. And it's 7
Me
in the
too.
morning.
That's why I'm so bad with names right now. I should be in bed, but anyways.
I like Sausage and Bailey better.
Sausage and Bailey. That sounds like a.
It sounds like
sounds like you're drinking Baileys while having
oh my god,
breakfast.
it sounds like the best night ever.
They're my number one pick, but just to mix things up, because that's who you're going with, right? I'm going to go with the Samoan Slaughterhouse because I only think they're the only other team that has a chance. Now, if they win it here, they would probably, really... Because Sasha and Bayley are going to have to be in there from the beginning. They lost that part where that's their punishment. They have to be the number one team in there. If Nia and Tamina are the last team, then it might be kind of easy pickings. They might just injure Sasha's arm and get the win. After, Sasha and Bayley maybe eliminate all the other teams, and then just get lost at the very end.
Like Zach said in the chat, Jack said Sasha wants to leave. Like they just did with the Revival. The Revival has been extremely vocal about wanting to leave, and they just gave them a big win.
Yeah.
That's all the more reason why they are going to have Sasha and Bayley win this, I think, because those are people who put butts in seats. That's money, and they're going to want Sasha to stick around, so they're going to give her this big win at Elimination.
Well, it don't matter what she wants because she's still got a year on her contract. But
yes, true. But they still want her to be happy, and they don't want her speaking out against the company.
It's true. I think they're probably going to win. But I'm going to go with the Samoan Slaughterhouse just because I think if they very heelishly win this by coming in last and just, decimating her arm or whatever, her shoulder or whatever she's got injured, then she'll be out on the shelf. I see at Fastlane they would probably take on...
It was like her something with her leg, like her ankle or something. Or
maybe. I don't even
though.
remember what it was.
I just remember it was an injury.
But then, she would be on the shelf, probably as a work. They would take on probably Tamina and Carmella at Fastlane. But then Bayley and Sasha would be able to maybe win the titles at WrestleMania for a huge victory. And then, for the faces to win there.
I do think the only other team that has a shot at this is Jax and Tamina. I think they're the only ones who have a shot. If it's not Sasha and Bayley, that is absolutely the
Nobody
team
else
that's going to win.
Yeah.
I also want to know why the fuck Liv Morgan looks like she's wearing Tommy Wiseau boxers for her outfit.
Because she's cool.
That's true.
Probably licking Smurfs till her hair turns pink.
Yeah, dude. You rock those Tommy Wiseau discount boxers things. I don't know. I like the Riot Squad's outfits, though.
Yeah, I like the
But yeah, as much as I think you're cool, Liv Morgan, you ain't got a prayer here. Iconics are just eye candy. We can't even remember right now because we're tired. The other part of Mandy Rose's team.
It's Fire and Desire, but I can't remember Fire.
Carmella is basically the equivalent of comic relief right now. So if it comes down to it's either Sasha and Bayley or Tamina and Jax. My money's on Sasha and Bayley, but I think you have a good shot at this team.
Yep, we'll see. I think you're probably gonna win it, but if anybody else is, it's gonna be
I want my belt back.
So anybody else is gonna be the Samoan Slaughterhouse.
Freaks me out when you scroll up because he's on the WWE page right now and he's scrolling up. So the very first thing you see is like a crotch shot, and it's like I can almost identify everybody by their crotches, which is impressive.
Which is funny because he hasn't worn those tights since he turned heel, but he's got the Seahawks.
Doesn't it look like there are balls on Kofi Kingston's pants?
People always, it's supposed to be like this weird ice cream or something, but everybody was mentioning that when they debuted those outfits.
It looks like balls,
testicles, or even kind of like a tiny penis.
I'm gonna see if I can show them a display capture so they can see what we're talking about. But you go for it, brah. So that's what we're looking at.
Yeah. See, if you look at Kofi's little golden pants, you'll see there is some testicles.
Testimicles!
But that's that's what everybody was talking about when they debuted their ice cream tights. Then they moved on to pancakes to probably stop talking about their ice cream testicles.
It looks like balls.
But that's when they were doing the ice cream thing. Anyways, speaking of Kofi, he is replacing Mustafa Ali, and he had a hell of a showing in the gauntlet match the night before, but he did not win. He did not. It was Randy Orton. Came out of nowhere.
Randy Orton, I swear, dude.
So, in this match,
I feel like how it works is Triple H is just like, you don't think I love you? I give you wins.
I show him. I show them
everybody.
all. I show them all.
I love you, Randy Orton.
Everybody betray me.
Except for Randy Orton.
All right, so now the new
friend.
Daniel Bryan.
Whoa, what did I just do? Whoops. That little sound effect from Home Improvement.
I don't think so, Tim. All right, the new Daniel Bryan will be defending his title in the Elimination Chamber, which is made out of hemp, and it's completely eco-free, friendly. It's he'll be defending it against AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Kofi Kingston, as we mentioned earlier.
Ben Grimm says the name we were looking for was DeVille.
Sonya Deville.
Yes,
thank you. Yes.
I know these things, but my brain is not.
I couldn't even think of Sarah Logan. I'm bad with S names
I
right
remember
now.
Sarah Logan.
I know. Thank you. But anyways, defending it against AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Kofi Kingston, Randy Orton, and Samoa Joe. Who do you got and why?
This is no contest. And I'm going to tell you why. Daniel Bryan has got this in the fucking bag. They changed the goddamn belt for the man. They don't do that shit.
Unless they're going to keep it for a while.
They are all about, like, massaging his vegan, hemp-loving ass right now. They are going to give that belt to him. They're going to keep that belt on him for a while. Do not expect it to change hands. Samoa Joe never wins. He has been reduced to a jobber, unfortunately, at this point in the WWE. He was very good in NXT. He is not getting no love from the WWE, though. Randy Orton, if anyone's got a shot, Randy Orton is always a safe bet because you just never know. You just never know because they like to, give him a little love on occasion. I do not think it's going to happen. AJ Styles is not going to get that belt right now. He's not going to take anything from Daniel Bryan at this point. Jeff Hardy, he's fun and he's colorful, but again, they are just not giving him the love he deserves right now in the WWE. He's there, they're keeping him around, but he's not getting much of a push. And Kofi Kingston is a fill-in. And I believe, because this is Elimination Chamber, this is the men's Elimination Chamber, it's the highlight match of this, I believe they've probably had their winner picked out for this for a while.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think if it was a one-on-one match and it was a fill-in, then the fill-in would have a really good shot at winning. But with this, I think they already knew Daniel Bryan was winning. They're like, just put Kofi in there. He does good work, but he does not have a shot at winning this, despite how talented he is.
Yeah, I mean, it was supposed to be Mustafa Ali, and that guy is high-flying. He was supposed to be flying around all over the cage. Kofi's a good fill-in for that because he's good at high-flying. He's good at mostly anything, except for taking a stomp a punt anyways from Randy Orton, who hates Kofi because he messed up one match years ago. Big deal. Get it over it, Randy. Daniel's winning.
Randy
this.
Orton always has a chip on his shoulder, always, and his little
he'll poop
Wolverine,
in your bag.
His Wolverine mutton chops right now.
He's starting to look like old man Logan.
He really
with all the gray
isn't
hair
he?
in his beard. Yeah, he's starting.
He is, and I noticed that Zach Bird mentioned a comment about the Seahawk colors.
Yeah.
About how he's still over in Seattle.
Yeah, he actually when he came, they just went through Washington.
But he's from Aberdeen, right?
Yeah. And they just came through
We're talking about
Washington.
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, we just came through Washington. They had the WWE tour through here. They actually let him still be nice to the Washington crowd. Usually the heel, when they're in their hometown, they're like, oh, it's good to be home. Not. And then, they usually... But no, he's like, it's good to be around all you...
We're the land of legal weed. Of course he loves us.
Yeah. He's like, it's good to be around all my, good-thinking Washingtonians. Unfortunately, I still have to speak to the entire globe, which is a bunch of, dumbasses and shit. But it was funny. He was actually playing up a face in Washington. That was kind of cool.
I want to ask you a question, not who you think is going to win, but I think it is kind of fun to talk about who is your favorite in this lineup.
Favorite wrestler?
Who's your favorite? Who do you think is the most talented in this lineup? Like, if it came down to who do you think deserves it, who's not going to win, but who do you think deserves it? I'm just curious to know what your thought would be.
Just skill, I'd say AJ, but he's already had it plenty. I don't think he needs it or deserves it anymore. He's had it for a long run.
I think AJ's gimmick is getting cold, and I think he needs to spice something up.
I was just saying skill in the ring.
But yeah, he does have skill.
Kofi's he deserves it because he's never gotten that push while everybody here has one. Well, Samoa Joe hasn't, but Samoa Joe has won, TNA title and been on the top there. He also deserves it as well, though.
Samoa Joe had a nice push in NXT, and I really saw some good potential for him as a heel, but we're just not... I feel like he's being treated like Shinsuke is right now. I feel like he's being undervalued by the company.
Jeff's had a little bit of time on top in both WWE, and he had on top in TNA as well.
I loved it when Matt was here, and it seemed like they were having a really nice revival.
Yeah. I'd tell you Randy Orton deserves it the least.
Yeah, Randy Orton, he gets pet plenty by the boss.
So,
my vote would be, I think Kofi Kingston is so undervalued. I think he's incredibly talented. I think he's got so much athleticism, so much charisma. I think he just brings so much to the table, and I would love to see him win. I don't think he has a prayer.
Zach, I'm not a big Randy Orton fan, but I would like to see him in AEW because that's one of my problems with him is he's done everything there is to really do in WWE. some people, they kind of should leave just so they can finally go do something new, you know? That's why I kind of think the Usos should honestly leave too. I think they're very talented, but they're boring to me because they've already wrestled every main event or like every tag match. They're always in the title scene, and they put on good matches, but the story is the same shit every time, and I'm tired of seeing them there.
What you said completely sums up my feelings about AJ Styles right now. I feel like AJ has been on the top. I feel like AJ has done everything he can do at this point in the company. He either needs to have a complete overhaul, like a delete and reborn type thing. He needs to do something either very new or find something else, because I feel like at this point, AJ Styles, despite how talented he is very stale. That's my thoughts.
The WWE Universe would probably disagree with you on that. He's still very over.
Well, yeah,
he's selling
of course.
that video game like crazy.
He's over. He's talented. He's charismatic. He puts butts in seats. But at this point, I just feel like I'm not seeing anything new from him. And I want to see something new because I know he has the potential. I know he has the potential to do really cool, awesome stuff. And unfortunately, I feel like the Daniel Bryan thing has really overshadowed him. Yeah. And I feel like he needs something to kind of be like, hey, I'm AJ Styles again.
Well, he is a step away from the main event for a little while, that's for sure.
I agree with that.
And from what rumor has it, he will probably be facing Randy Orton at WrestleMania. It probably will not be for the title. I mean, it could, but I doubt it. I think Daniel's going to keep it. He'll have somebody else to face at WrestleMania. I think AJ and Randy Orton will be facing Randy. That's what I've been hearing as a rumor. I believe it. It sounds pretty legit.
What do you think about that match? Like, what do you think about that pairing?
Of AJ and Randy Orton? I've seen it on SmackDown before. I believe Randy Orton did get the victory there. It was a quick match because usually the TV matches, they don't get a lot of time because they have the commercials, you know, they have to quick it. It's not like a full match. It was okay, but
it's not my dream Randy Orton match.
No.
You don't want to know mine is?
What?
You know, wrestling versus isn't wrestling.
Against the female.
I want him against female Randy Orton.
Or at least teamed up. At least teamed up. Something involved where she comes out and she becomes his
if they got together in real life in
won
any
the
capacity,
mixed match challenge, they could win that.
If you guys haven't seen Wrestling Isn't Wrestling, it's so funny. It's on YouTube. It's free. But they have all female
Triple H.
people.
It's mostly the story of Triple H, but all the wrestlers are played by females. Except for a couple, like Joey Ryans and stuff that are in it. There's a bunch of indie darlings in it. Colt Cabana's in it. Seth Green and Macaulay Culkin are in it. It's
the gal who plays Randy Orton, who was also in Playing with Dolls, the horror movie.
Yeah.
She is so great. I love her.
She was probably my favorite of the actresses. But then again, the Shawn Michaels and the Triple H were amazing too.
I know.
I'm pretty too.
Look at my sledgehammer. We digress.
Yeah, anyways, moving on. We both believe D-Bry will keep the title. So that is our predictions.
We predicted everything.
Yep.
So where are we differing?
We're going to differ, I think, on 3 here.
We're differing on the women's elimination.
The Usos.
We are differing on the Best in the World versus the Usos.
And I guess I'm going with fucking Baron Corbin for some stupid reason, but maybe
3 different ones. There is a potential that you will retain your belt. There is a potential that I will steal the belt. I want to know what you guys think in that chat box. I want to know who you think is going to win between us. Am I going to steal my belt back? Or is Danny going to retain? I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. If you're watching this after it's live, let us know in the comments below.
Until then, though, it's time for some punishment. Gory, you will be drinking peanut butter and jelly soda, which I believe expired in 2016.
Oh, fuck me.
But it hasn't been opened like most of our things. Look, it's still fizzy. It's still got carbonation. That's good.
It actually makes me think of our buddy who's in the chat right now, ZBird85, Zach, who also is Canadian Jason on our show. We had him drink a Billy beer.
A Billy beer.
And I told him, I was like, dude, you want to shake that up because it's been around since fucking Carter. It's old. Yeah. And at the bottom of it, it's just like sand. But that was pretty awesome.
Jimmy Carter, our president's little brother, Billy, had his own line of Billy beer. Even Homer Simpson drank a Billy beer once on The Simpsons. That's how old they are. They are Billy beers.
Ben thinks this sounds good. You know why?
It does sound good, actually.
Because Ben is the most living on the edge dude ever. In fact, you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this.
It's mostly just because it's expired.
This is what I'm doing.
You're putting Ben next to Christian and Edge. Oh, you're going to do? Awesome. Give him the actual... I imagine that's just what Ben looks like. He's a happy dude. Actually. He's a very happy dude.
All right, so as you can see on this very skillful diagram I've done, this is Dan, afraid of the edge, but he's about here right now. Dan is about here because he has made some edgy decisions. So he's about here. This is Edge and Christian, and that is Ben Grimm, who is the master of the Edge.
He is above the edge.
He's above the edge. It's like when you go to the edge, there is Ben Grimm saying, "Welcome to the edge."
And he's like, I'm above it.
Yeah, don't fall off. That's Ben Grimm.
Ah.
He actually wrote the song "Living on the Edge" that Aerosmith sang. It was his whole composition, his whole idea. Steven Tyler was very, very grateful, but I don't believe he's actually getting any royalties, which I feel is highway robbery.
That's the one with Alicia Silverstone in it.
That's Crying. Oh, she was in a lot of them. She was in Crying. She might have been on that one. She was in like at least 3 Aerosmith videos back in the 90s.
All right, well, put down your wine.
I'm buying time.
Put down your wine and drink some peanut butter and jelly. It's
Oh, shit.
soda. I don't know if you should have. Oh, well.
It's old soda, and I don't want to pull Canadian Jason and drink something that's got sand in the bottom.
All right, well, it's like I said, it's not as bad as the
only
ones
thing-
I've drank on the channel. That have been
All
open
right.
and like expired since 2005.
Let's up the ante.
Just give it a big ass chug.
How much of this do you think I can drink?
I think you could at least do half of it in one swig.
Ah, shit. Let's see what's in this. Let's look at some ingredients. Well, it's one bottle. It's 170 calories. There's 0 fat.
I
That's
think
nice.
you're, yeah,
35 grams of sodium, 0 protein. Well, I don't know. That's kind of a deal breaker. Number 1 ingredient is carbonated water, inverted cane sugar. Contains no peanuts.
That's good, even though it's peanut butter flavored.
Contains no peanuts.
So that means it's just flavoring.
Little girl on the cover here.
She's mowing
She
down.
is psychotically thinking about how to burn her family's house down while she eats the sandwich.
Hold on, let me double. Trying to see where it has the expiration date on it. It's like I found it at one point, but now I don't know where it is. This was also made in Seattle, by the way. Speaking of all the Seattle stuff that we've been mentioning.
You were made in Seattle.
Yeah. I might have been. I might have been conceived. I don't know.
Sweet, dude. You should put a sign there.
2014. So
Fuck me.
5 years ago it expired.
Oh shit, it stinks.
Really? Maybe it was just made in 2014. I don't know.
Smell it.
It was made in 2014. That means it probably
Smell
only
it.
expired a little bit ago.
Where's the expiration date on it?
2014 is just when it was made.
Ah, it stinks.
Soda's good for a couple years if it's not open.
Oh, mother. Mmm.
Yeah,
It's stinky.
it's fine. It's
It
not as bad as the
stinks.
stuff I've drank. It's like
Oh,
half-
cry about it. You love drinking stinky stuff.
I don't not love drinking.
You drink stinky stuff for
I will.
fun.
I'll taste it, but you need to do a big
Take a
chug.
taste.
No, you need to do.
No,
it's
have a
your
taste.
punishment. Do a big chug.
Have a little taste.
Do
Just
you-
I don't want
do
to.
your
I want to know what
punishment.
I'm getting into. Edge, Dan. Do the edge. Just have a sip. A dainty little lady sip.
Not bad. You're fine.
Bullshit.
You're fine.
Bullshit. Bullshit on a cracker.
No, it's not bad. It's kind of weak. It's grape jelly, I believe.
Peep and gram. Peep and gram.
It's just kind of like a watery grape water.
All right. This one's
It's
for
like
Ben.
if you had grape Kool-Aid, put more water than the Kool-Aid needed.
By my nose.
It's fine.
I mean, by my mouth.
All right, good. Down the hatch as much as you can. It's punishment.
I can't.
Come on.
I can't do it.
Stop stalling and drink your punishment. Take it like a woman.
Oh,
Don't be a crybaby.
motherfucker.
Be a boss. Saucer that
He
shit
fucking
down.
said it. He fucking said it.
Be a
He-
boss and saucer that shit down. Shane McMahon before he jumps off of anything.
What?
That's what he does every time he's
What?
He always does that every
I
time.
didn't do like a Catholic thing. I did like a vape thing.
Okay. Come on. People are watching, I think.
They're
Maybe.
not watching.
I think 2 people are watching, maybe.
Shit. It smells.
Just drink it. It's not that bad. Chug, chug, chug. She's doing it. She's going for it. She's going to do it all. You got it. Work it. Work it, girl. Damn. That's a wife.
I want to die.
It wasn't that bad, was it?
It was horrible.
Could you even taste the peanut butter? Maybe that was all at the bottom or something. I didn't get any peanut butter.
It feels like I should preface, I don't like the taste of peanut butter, really.
You hate the smell of it. That's why I think you think it stinks.
It just tastes like, hatred on my tongue.
When there's peanut butter in the room, she's like, oh, I smell peanut butter. But yeah, you'll eat some things with peanut
color
butter.
my tongue?
That's from your cake.
Oh.
Your Buffy cake.
Oh, Jesus. So there we go.
Down the hatch. Good job.
Like a boss.
Hell yeah, like you saucer that shit down like a boss.
Oh, God. I need a bucket. Oh, the burps taste gross.
Oh, they stink.
God.
They stink. Alright, well, that being said, let us know in the comments below or whatever who you think is going to win and
what the punishment should be.
Give us a punishment idea for next video.
Give them some punishment ideas in case they can't think of any or they just want something to choose from. I mean, obviously they can come up with anything they want, but in the past we've done obviously eating gross foods, drinking gross stuff. We've done karaoke. You can do pick an entrance song for somebody.
Ooh, make them sing American Males. American Males.
You can make them speak with the Hulk Hogan voice.
A Hulk Hogan voice or even a Macho Man or Ultimate Warrior voice, your choice. Give us that idea if you want. We have, like, I believe a spicy cucumber popsicle. Gross. If you want to must eat something nasty. There's all kinds of things. Just let us know in the comments, and we will check out the comments, and we'll pick whatever you give us.
Sounds good. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you for the next one.
Yeah.
Where I'm going to have the belt.
Also, check out Doc the Metal Freak's prediction videos and Horror Miser Monty G's prediction videos as well. Those guys are awesome. Shout out to them. All right, war out.